25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is the time on this good-looking, slightly overcast Monday morning. Hey, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It's Monday, the 26th day of May. Indeed, a joy, a pleasure, and most importantly, a privilege to be with you this morning again. Privilege that I'm so eternally thankful and grateful for. I'm thankful for being on the wake up list this morning. Yeah, how about you? It's a good day to have a good day in a good way. Where there is faith, anything is possible. Remember that. One of the things that hinders us the most is fear, right? Yeah, and the sooner we get over fear, the sooner we conquer fear, the sooner we realize that, don't be a slave to fear. No. Fear. F-E-A-R. False expressions appearing real. It's a trick. Yeah. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. You unravel me with a Good morning to you, Reverend Samuel Caesar. He says, Happy Memorial Monday for the Southern Grenadines. Mr. Joseph, please have a productive day as we watch on the Atlantic Ocean. Good morning and happy birthday to you, Carrie Sandy. You've got birthday greetings coming from your Aunt Veronica. Yulin Alexander, good morning. Good morning. Monica Meros Williams. Nice. Good morning, Mildred Smith. To you and Shem, good morning. Yulin Swan. Nice. It's a good day to have a good day. Time is really elapsing on us. I want to go to my good friend, Apostle, can't remember his name, but he says, Monday blessings. For the Lord taketh pleasure to his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. That's from Psalm 149, verse 4. May knowing Jesus Christ bring you peace to bless each day, hope for each tomorrow, and joy for every season. The Lord bless you spiritually, physically, mentally, and financially. Praise the Lord in Jesus Christ's mighty name. Good morning. Have a blessed day and a favorable week. Happy Monday. May your blessings multiply, your worries fade away, and your smiles get bigger. May your day be bright, beautiful, and happy. Good morning. Thank you, Reverend. Hope you're doing fine. Good morning, Erlin. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you had a great weekend. Mildred, you're good, right? You're dancing. I hope you're dancing. You and Erlin and everybody. Yulin. Nice. The word of the day today. And that word today is temperamental. 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 I'll spell it again. Temperamental. Temperamental. I'm certain you heard that word before. Well, here's what it means. Prone to mood swings. Can you tell someone in your family who is temperamental? This minute they're good and the next minute they're like a raging bull. Yeah, here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The temperamental artist often worked late into the night. Temperamental. Nice word. 20 minutes on to 7 o'clock. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the weather coming up momentarily. Good morning, Nadisha. Good morning to all the wonderful folks, wherever you are. The folks on the Sister Isles of Carriacou and PD Martinique, good morning. The Southern Grenadines, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Michelle Forsyth, good morning to you. Lauren Salim, good morning. And the wonderful folks inside of Hermitage. Upper St. John, good morning. Blaise. Ashley Cummings in Paraclete, good morning. Daddy Wayne, good morning. Brady. Good morning, Sylvie and Hicklin Nayak. How are you all doing? Mr. Michael Pierre right next door. But it's now time for Nadisha, as we've got the motivational thought of the day, the motivational tip of the day. Embrace positive affirmations. Repeat phrases like, I am capable, or I can achieve anything I set my mind on. Positive self-talk empowers action. That's great. That's great. So embrace positive affirmations today, right? Nice. And dance. Huh? Holy Spirit, take my soul. Holy Spirit, fill my soul. Yeah. 19 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Let's see what's buzzing in the news this morning. Buzzing. Okay, a number of things are happening. All right, the OECS Trade Ministers, they chart a new course for regional integration at the 6th Ordinary Meeting that was held recently. In the region, Kafka welcomes U.S. bill to strengthen Caribbean-American partnership. Internationally, Trump rebukes Putin amid record Russian drone attacks in Ukraine. And in sports, Liverpool crowned the champions as Chelsea, Newcastle, and Man City secure Champions League spots. Just like your prophets in the days of West Indies, boy. West Indies set up a, oh my good man, Casey Carty 170. I continue saying that I believe West Indies has the best team on paper in terms of raw talent, man. I don't know where we go wrong. Lana Fletcher, good morning to you. My weekend was quiet. Oh, was yours? Michelle Daniel, good morning. Natalia Ross. Rico Andrew, good morning. How do you do? Corinth and David, good morning. The folks up at the Moai. Good morning, Fen and Gail. And Alpha. Babash. Monrepo, good morning, my brother. How you doing? All you doing good up there, right? Providence, good morning, Miss Dawnlet and family. Of course, give my regards to my girl, right? Guide my steps away from temptation. In my heart, I know. Uncle Innocent, do drink from the saucer while your cup overflows to the forgotten ones globally. Evelyn Narayan, good morning. Blessings to you. Yolan Swan is with us. Wendy Williams from Carriacou, good morning. Hope we're doing fine, yeah? Bless somebody today, right? Be that reason why someone smiles today. Say something positive, something good to someone. Do not join that, that cadre of people that, only spew out negatives. Michael Hutchinson, good morning to you and the family. Good morning, Mikey, the entire family. Jesus, the Savior. Hope everything is fine. The folks in Barrett and Belle Plaine. Razum, my brother from another mother. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
If you're 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50 plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's Plain Field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th. So don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Monday, May 26th, 2025. Coming up in the news, OECS trade ministers chart new course for regional integration at the 6th ordinary meeting. In the region, Kafka welcomes U.S. bill to strengthen Caribbean-American partnership. Internationally, Trump rebukes Putin amid record Russian drone attacks on Ukraine. And in sports, Liverpool crowned the champions as Chelsea, Newcastle, and City secure Champions League spots. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Like a freestyle, the life blood flowing mile by mile. It's legacy, a beat that don't stop like Bob Marley say. One love on top, BCUH water out of sight, but it's always wrong, don't lose the light. From factories and wells so deep, corals, mangroves and fish they weep. Green water for the garden, keep it green. Save the cash and the earth gets clean. We use the water with a mindful mind. It's out of sight but never far behind. In nature, the answers always flow. Like water running pure, the cycle grows. It renews itself, same drop, same beat. It's all good, man, you got the heat. Water flow, water flow. No clean water, no vibes we grow. Protect our water, protect our future.
Time to go.
The Council of Ministers. That meeting was held from May 14th to 15th, 2025 at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort in Grandance, Grenada. Chaired by Grenada's Minister for Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, the Honorable Joseph Andal, the meeting brought together trade ministers from across the sub-region to deliberate on key issues impacting regional and international trade. High on the agenda were the Regional Trade Policy Coordinating Framework, the OECS Customs Union with free circulation of goods, the OECS Free Trade in Services regime, and the coordination of OECS positions for engagements within CARICOM, the World Trade Organization, and with international partners. In light of the evolving global economic landscape, the Council made several key decisions aimed at consolidating the OECS's trade and development agenda. One such move was the adoption of terms of reference and rules of procedure for the establishment of an OECS Trade Policy Committee. This committee will bring together government officials, private sector and civil society representatives, and technical experts to provide analysis and strategic guidance to the Council on trade policy matters. The ministers also welcomed plans to provide technical support to OECS member states and the OECS Commission for the development of comprehensive national and regional trade policy frameworks. As part of efforts to strengthen private sector involvement, the Council endorsed the revitalization of the OECS Business Council, the OBC, granting it observer status at Council meetings. The OBC is set to become the leading advocacy body for the private sector within the OECS. A major outcome of the meeting was the commitment to advance the full implementation of the OECS Customs Union, including the free circulation of goods. Ministers backed the Economic Affairs Council, the EAC, the call for a new public education and awareness campaign, and the development of an updated implementation roadmap, which includes a pilot phase. On the matter of trade in services, the Council agreed that the OECS Commission and member states should take all necessary actions to harmonize national policies, legislations, and regulations in line with the OECS Treaty. This includes removing restrictions and discriminatory practices to ensure the free movement and establishment of service providers across the OECS Economic Union. The meeting reaffirmed the OECS's commitment to deepening regional economic integration and enhancing the region's competitiveness in global trade. That's all we've got in the local segment. Stay with us. The regional developments are straight ahead. In the region, the Caribbean Community Council for Foreign and Community Relations, COFCA, has welcomed the introduction of the Strengthening U.S.-Caribbean Partnership Act by United States Congress Representatives Joaquim Castro, Maria Elvira Salazar, Sheila Shefulus McCormick, and Mike Lawler. The bipartisan legislation is being hailed as a pivotal step in reaffirming and deepening Caribbean-American relations. COFCA noted that by formally recognizing the Caribbean Community, or CARICOM, under the International Organization Immunities Act, the United States would be demonstrating its trust in CARICOM's role as a pivotal, unified regional voice. This forward-thinking legislation sends a clear and powerful message. The prosperity, security, and democratic stability of the Caribbean and the United States are intrinsically linked, the Council stated. COFCA described the proposed bill as a significant milestone in the long-standing effort to strengthen regional collaboration and advance mutual interests in areas such as trade, climate resilience, public health, and citizen security. The Council added that the move also reflects a growing recognition of the Caribbean as more than just a neighbor, but rather a strategic partner in shaping a more stable and prosperous hemisphere. COFCA expressed its appreciation for the initiative and affirmed its readiness to work closely with U.S. counterparts to transform these shared aspirations into meaningful and lasting benefits for all people of the region. Looking further afield, U.S. President Donald Trump announced on Sunday that he will delay a planned 50% tariff on European Union imports until July 9th, following what he described as a very nice call with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. Trump said von der Leyen requested more time to pursue serious negotiations, prompting the postponement from the original June 1st deadline. Despite stating just days earlier that he was not looking for a deal, Trump now says talks will begin rapidly. Von der Leyen confirmed the call on X, formerly Twitter, noting that the EU is prepared to move swiftly and decisively to reach an agreement. The delay eased some market concerns, with modest gains recorded in Asian trading. Japan's Nikkei rose 0.8%, South Korea's Kospi gained 0.9%, and China's Shanghai Composite inched up 0.3%. However, Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index dipped 0.3%. Trump continues to criticize what he calls non-monetary trade barriers and targets trade deficits with U.S. partners, maintaining pressure on global trade relationships. U.S. President Donald Trump has suggested that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky might be willing to cede Crimea to Russia as part of a peace deal. This comes despite Ukraine's repeated stance against any territorial concessions. Trump made the statement after a brief meeting with Zelensky at the Vatican, where he urged Russian President Vladimir Putin to stop shooting and sign a deal to end the ongoing war, suggesting this could be done within 2 weeks. However, Ukrainian officials have made it clear that discussions about territory will only come after a ceasefire is in place. German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius also warned Ukraine against agreeing to any deal that would involve sweeping territorial concessions, calling such a proposal a capitulation. The U.S. has been pushing for a peace agreement, but the details remain unclear, with reports suggesting that the U.S. may be proposing a deal that includes recognizing Russia's annexation of Crimea and limiting Ukraine's NATO ambitions. On the other hand, European leaders and Ukraine insist that any discussions on territory should happen only after a ceasefire. This comes as Russia continues to control nearly 20% of Ukrainian territory following its invasion in 2022, and ongoing peace talks have yet to yield significant results. That's the regional and international news. With us, the sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Soccer, football takes the spotlight this morning. Liverpool officially lifted the Premier League trophy on Sunday following a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace, marking their record equaling 20th league title. The final day of the season also confirmed Champions League qualification for Manchester City, Chelsea and Newcastle. Chelsea sealed fourth place after Levi Colwill's goals secured a 1-0 win over Nottingham Forest. The result means Forest finished seventh, booking a spot in the UEFA Conference League. Despite a 1-0 home defeat to Everton, courtesy of Carlos Alcaraz's header, Newcastle managed to cling to fifth place. Their spot was confirmed after Aston Villa fell 2-0 to Manchester United in a match riddled with controversy. Villa's Emi Martinez was sent off just before halftime for a foul on Rasmus Højlund, and a potential Villa goal was disallowed for a foul on United goalkeeper Alte Baidir. Manchester City finished third with a 2-0 win over Fulham, ensuring their 15th straight appearance in the Champions League. Arsenal, who finished second, and Europa League champions Tottenham had already secured their places in Europe's elite competition, with Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton already relegated. The focus of the final day was squarely on European qualification, and it did not disappoint. I guarantee that we'll have more sports for you in our luncheon edition and of course our prime time, but that is the morning sports at this time. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster at the Met Office of the MBIA. Good morning.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Monday the 26th of May, 2025, as recorded at the Bishop International Airport. It is currently partly cloudy and hazy, with showers in the vicinity. Winds are coming from the east at 16 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1015.7 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 28.3 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 79%. Yesterday's maximum was 31.2 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 27.2 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 0.1 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month so far to 52.9 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy, windy, and hazy, becoming cloudy at times with few light to moderate showers. Today's max will be 31 degrees Celsius with winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate to rough with waves 6 to 8 feet in easterly swell, since a marine advisory is in effect. Low tide will be at 8:30 a.m. and high tide at 2:30 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:27 and sunrise at 5:41. Just repeat the public forecast for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy, windy, and hazy, becoming cloudy at times with few light to moderate showers. And once again, a marine advisory is in effect. From the forecast at Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great week.
Thank you, Jonathan, for refreshing my memory. For 1 second, I missed your name on the introduction, but that's life. Thank you, and have yourself a wonderful day.
You too.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited. It's 3 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. OECS trade ministers chart new course for regional integration at the 6th ordinary meeting. In the region, Kafka welcomes U.S. bill to strengthen Caribbean-American partnership. Internationally, Trump rebukes Putin amid record Russian drone attacks in Ukraine. And in sports, Liverpool crowned champions as Chelsea, Newcastle and City secure Champions League spots. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Monday, May 26th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening and viewing, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with us because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm committed to us?
She made me feel some measure of warmth, maybe even passion.
If I decide to do this, I'll be doing it for you, no one else.
Labukan presents Rivals, playing at Labukan Creative Center, GCNA Complex, all weekends in May, Saturdays 8 p.m., Sundays 6 p.m., and Deluxe Cinema Grenville, Saturday, June 7, 8 p.m. Tickets from Grenadian Optical, Labukan, St. Andrew's Pharmacy, and Go to Fit at $75. Sponsors Bryden and Miners Limited, Knights Auto, Sandals, GBN, Republic Bank, Trios Auto, Coop Bank, and Huggins. It's Rivals by Francis Urias Peters. Don't you miss it.
You better come back, boy. You better come back.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
Project Music presents Rhythms of Spice. Sunday, June 1st, 3 p.m., Comahan Park. Featuring student performances Alpha One, Cool Jazz Band, Co-op Band Comancheros, Lion Pride Percussions. Project Music with Tira Etienne, Shireen Brizan, Jeremy Hector, Javon Andrew, and Sonika McKee. With special guests, Bo Hickson from St. Lucia. Get your tickets $60 on sale at Grenadian Optical, Art and Soul, Gittins Pharmacy, Grenville, and Go to Fed. More at the door. Children 12 and under free. Rhythms of Spice, Sunday, June 1st, 3 p.m., Comahan Park. Sponsors Co-op Bank, Renrick & Thompson, Hubbard's, Fire and Foods, Inter-Caribbean, True Blueberry Resort, Acado Grenada, Gabriel's Rentals, Andrews Construction, Supreme Sounds, DJ Danny, GBN, Boss FM, and Real FM. Absolutely no vending.
Grenada, the road to greatness continues. Catch the senior men's national team live at the Karani James Athletic Stadium for two thrilling football clashes. Saturday, May 31st, it's a fiery international friendly as Grenada takes on Anguilla, just $20 admission. Then on Wednesday, June 4, it's our FIFA World Cup qualifier versus the Bahamas, $25 admission. Both matches kick off at 7 p.m. sharp. Come dressed, come loud, come proud. Style your national team, bring your posters, and show the world you are the 12th man. Let's pack the stadium, flood the stands, and roar together. Get your tickets now at the official GFA ticket outlets, gotofed.com, or at the gate. Let's stand proud with Team Grenada. One island, one team, one goal.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Good Monday morning to you. It's 10 minutes after 7 o'clock, and of course, it wasn't planned, but it was maybe a divine thing.
Something.
Good morning, Joe.
Morning.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm alive and so very thankful.
Good. I didn't see you at convention yesterday.
No, unfortunately, I couldn't make it. As a matter of fact, I was actually prepping to go to church, but as I wasn't in church the previous Sunday, I didn't know that it was convention.
Okay.
So when I called yesterday morning, Pastor Laurie was like, "Young fella, you know, in the start.
I know.
Young fella, convention in Gateway this morning." I said, "Oh, well, I can't make that."
You could have made it.
Yeah, but it's all good. I know you repped me
it's
well.
It's all good. I repped you.
Yeah, good. Lovely. So again, welcome to this segment. We've been, for the last couple of weeks, we've been talking a lot about, security and ensuring with the season coming, you have your financial emergency kit and everything. But there's no denying the fact that one of the most pressing need on the market nowadays is loans, right? Mm-hmm. People are getting more and more industrious. In addition to that, in preparing for the season, people would want to reinforce and do strength things and set up little walls and retaining walls and so forth. Mm-hmm. So loans are a critical part of the conversation and security.
They are.
Yeah.
But as you spoke to the disaster preparedness, and of course we're going to hammer that home. We're going to speak about that quite a bit. So you're going to hear it on Money Wise. You're going to hear it as we speak, because it's absolutely necessary. We don't want you at the end of a hurricane season, and it doesn't have to take a Cat 3 or a Cat 4 or even a Cat 1. It doesn't have to take a hurricane. It can take a consistent tropical depressions.
Yeah,
lots of rain. Lots of rain.
Yeah.
And before you know it. So,
as a matter of fact, just to jump in, I was speaking with a friend of mine over the weekend who is into farming, mm-hmm. and he claimed to me that in that stint of rain that we had earlier this year, where he claimed that so much rain fell to the north and it didn't affect the south.
Yes.
He said he lost over $30,000 in
See what I mean? Right.
Yeah, so it's important to prep.
It's important to prep. So in that case, look how maybe you needed, farmer, I'm not beating up on you. What about the drainage and that sort of thing? Yeah. I don't know. You would know. So you would know what your needs are. And so we're talking today about, as you said, the security, because of course the institution has to secure itself.
Yeah.
So you seldom find 100% financing. Yeah? So, and I'm going to spell it out so that people understand. For mortgages, it's usually 5%. For consumer loans, 20%. New vehicles, 5%. Older vehicles, 10%. So you ask why the variance, why the difference? Because it has to do with the exposure, the risk.
Yeah, risk exposure.
Suppose you are consolidating, as we said. Let's take a typical example. You have a back to school loan with another institution, and you now want to go on vacation. So you're taking a vacation loan from us, and we are paying off the institution for your back to school loan. Think about it. You've already used that money. There's nothing for the company to recover, for the credit union to recover.
In the event.
You're going on vacation. There's nothing for us to recover in the event that you default on that loan. And so this is why we have to understand that the security is higher, because there must be something to buffer.
Yeah.
Now, it may also be that you don't, what if you default on the loan because, say, you lost your job? So for 3 months, you're job hunting. At least in that space, there's something to cover your payments. So it helps you and it helps us, because for some reason your company goes belly up and you're now searching for a job. At least you don't have that pressure of how do I pay the loan? And the thing, one thing we're going to hammer home here is talk to us.
Yeah.
For some reason you're unable to make your loan payments. Whatever the reason is, find your loans officer. Don't wait until your loans officer has to find you or recoveries has to find you. Find your loans officer, say, I'm going through a hard patch. Who knows what we can do? Whether in some cases there's some form of a moratorium where we can waive your payments, you pay only on the interest. There is some flexibility in there. So, and we work with you. So you might find that you don't have the pressure of somebody calling. Don't let us have to call to say, why didn't you? How come you didn't? A lot of us have done it because you were ashamed that you couldn't pay your loan. You couldn't service the loan. Don't be ashamed if you can't service your loan payment for whatever the reason is. If you know you've been reckless, that may be something. That may be a different story. But you have, and still, you shouldn't just not pay.
So I think in many cases, right, from personal experiences, especially in the financing industry, sometimes people have this sort of phobia towards these institutions. Some people getting a loan, there are some folks when they actually get a loan approved, it's like the world to them, because they're thinking, me so can't get loan.
Yes.
You understand? So whenever they do get a loan, and for whatever the reason is, they default, they feel like, they feel intimidated to come and say, listen, this is the case.
But the truth is, some could not get a loan before credit unionism. And
definitely.
That's the truth.
Definitely.
That gave rise to credit unionism, right? So now I want to zero in on the differences, because you might say mortgages 5%. Well, for one, the mortgage would tend to be a bigger sum than the consumer loan. But as well, the mortgage is usually for land, house. That's a structure that usually appreciates land, for example. And it is something that you kind of co-own with the institution.
Yeah.
It sits there. It's tangible. Yeah. It's something that if the worst case scenario and the house has to be repossessed or so, we can recover something.
It reduces the institution's
the risk.
Yeah.
So we're talking about risk. So I'd like to go over that. No, the mortgage is 5%, the consumer loans 20%, new vehicles 5%, and used vehicles 10%, and we would understand that, because for a new vehicle it's going to take a while for it to, in the first year it's the most depreciation thereafter, but you carry your vehicle and there's something there. With the used vehicles, it's got a touch and go, sort of anything can happen.
And that 5 and 10% and so forth that you're talking about, what it means, what I also learned is that it shows that if you come to apply for a loan and that loan is given to you 100%, your personal interest is not there.
I was about to touch on that.
Yeah, it's your personal. So I'm saying to you as a credit union, as a riser, okay, we are going to buy this for you, but meet us as a big.
Meet us halfway.
Meet us peacefully.
Meet us peacefully.
Right?
Because they wasn't halfway, but meet us peacefully. So this is you injecting cash into it and saying, I have interest in this. So I have to be careful how I do what I do. Now, as well, you might find, or you do find cases where when you look at the member's situation, there really is nothing in the coffers. But this person, by virtue of their employment and the fact that they have no other loans, or they can service the debt.
They can pay.
Right?
But they don't have the
So
input.
what happens in that case? And this, people, is not across the border. This is a case-by-case basis. And you also find that we have it when we offer certain promotions, that you might find that we up the loan. So the loan may have been 50,000, for example, and you needed that 5, and you'll get the 55,000. But the additional 5 goes into your savings.
Yeah. What you refer to as lifetime savings.
Right.
Yeah.
So the additional 5 would go into your lifetime savings. We have had these cases. So your loan will be more. But in actual fact, what you are paying back for is what you came for the loan for in the first place. And
that input that you should have had.
And you're paying back for the savings. Now, having money in your savings account, there's a psychological something to that, right? It's something that it says, I do have something to take care of me in the event of. Because it's not good not to have a savings. Yeah. I have known people who struggle to save. They just find themselves spending their money. So what they do is actually take a loan to sit it there in the savings account, like the lifetime, and they pay the loan because that's the way they can discipline themselves. They're forced in that way to save.
Right.
You have no choice because money is there. You have to service the loan. Good, but I have that money.
Yeah, but just to piggyback on that point that you made, that in the event that you don't have that 5% input or whatever, and the loan, it is added to the loan and placed there. Now that in itself is a good thing, because at the end of your repaying the loan,
why do you always preempt me? Do you work at a writer? Yes, but when you finish that payment, you do have that.
Savings.
And what we would like to suggest, what we strongly suggest, in fact, once you sit with your loans officer, you're mandated to save on your lifetime savings. So you would find, however little it is, by the time you pay off that loan, you have
a little something.
You have something. In some cases, it's a big something. Yeah. So make it as much as you can. And I'm saying to those who, again, to those of us who are due an increase, are getting an increase, consider that you didn't get the increase if you can live without it.
Well, you were living without it before. Yeah.
So set aside the increase and just inject more into your savings. So the same budget that you were working with, try to work with that budget, because there will be rainy days. I mean, there are rainy days.
Well, the season is on us.
Listen, sometimes we start off and it's so sunshiny and wonderful, and then by the time, I like to take a little walk in the evening, so sometimes I have all my stuff ready, and when you're sitting in an air-conditioned building, there are no windows, you're not bothered, and I'm about to put on my sneakers and my sweats, and there goes. It's a thunderstorm out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is life. These are life's realities. So when we say save for a rainy day, we do mean save for a rainy day.
Yeah.
But to close, I just want to reiterate that it is the rainy season. It is the hurricane season. Literally.
Yes.
There ain't no joking there.
Literally.
We had torrential rain on the weekend.
Yes.
So don't look at the little drop coming through and put a bucket there to catch the water and tell yourself you're alone. You're not alone.
Right.
You do have us, and you can come in and say, this is my situation. How can you help?
Okay.
You may find that you need to consolidate because it's another loan. But let us help you do what you can so that you're safer.
Securing your financial. Someone needs some clarification. Let's just entertain this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, good morning. Welcome. I need to ask your guest a question because I'm a little confused. Is he suggesting that one takes out a loan at a higher interest rate and put it in a savings account where you get less returns on it, so that in order to be disciplined to have savings, is that he suggesting to the public? I just wanted a clarification.
Okay, so I will clarify that for you. I would say to you that I am not suggesting it, but I have seen it happen. That some people feel they do not have the discipline to save. They're not saving, and we have seen it happen. That they took this loan simply to have a savings. I know what you're saying. I understand, and I appreciate what you mean. And if you don't have to do that, why should you?
Yeah.
So it's not our first suggestion at all. But some people just do not have the discipline to save. They just spend and spend and spend. So in order to have that nest egg, they take the loan and they pay it back. And it's what's comfortable to them.
So in essence, it's not an initiative that Ariza will push and say, okay, you can't save, come take a loan.
No,
right.
By no means am I pushing that.
As a member can propose that.
I have seen individuals do it because they wanted to have some savings.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks as always.
You're welcome.
Always been as explicit as possible.
As much as that's possible.
And that bright smile keeps getting brighter, brighter, brighter.
Why not?
Someone is smiling somewhere.
Why not? We're alive and well.
Yes. Josephine, thank you very much again. And of course, bring back the love to the management and staff of Ariza. Keep on doing what you're doing, educating the public, making it as simplified as possible.
We try.
And just continue doing what you're doing.
And you. Thank you so much.
Oh, the pleasure is always mine. Bring back the love.
Have a lovely
Good
week.
morning, Mr. Whiteman. Folks, we take that break. We'll be back. That's it for the Ariza segment. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back.
Sporting fans, ready yourselves for the most anticipated Winston Tide Games, June 7th and 8th at the Grenada James Athletic Stadium. Come support our athletes as they compete with some of the region's best in the field events and on the tracks. Save the date, June 7th and June 8th, Winston Tide Games at the Grenada James Athletic Stadium. Stay tuned for more info. Winston Tide Game 2025.
Wow, girl, some cool air finally.
I know, right? I just installed the air conditioning. I'm glad you're here. Look at my Grenlec bill from this month. Tell me what's different.
Well, the bill analysis is showing that the number of units you used went down each month. Congrats on that.
But look at the total charges line. It's like I'm paying more for less.
Pay special attention to the fuel charge and adjustment. As you can see, the fuel cost was higher during those months.
So when Grenlec has to pay more for fuel, I get the charges?
Well, yes. I mean, when your suppliers charge more for the flowers and fruits out of season, don't you have to charge your clients more too?
Well, that is true.
But look at the last couple of bills. The fuel charge dropped and the adjustment was a credit. So you actually paid less per kilowatt hour or unit.
And I was really happy about that too. I get it. No matter what the fuel charge and fuel adjustment charge are, once I am managing my usage, I'm on the right path.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history.
From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sun Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. It's 30 minutes after 7 o'clock, and as you can see, I've got with me a goodly gentleman in the studio. He is Mr. Glenn Alexander. He is the administrator of that prestigious sporting club, Combined Northerners. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, and I am fine, thank you.
How was your weekend?
Restful. At this time, I really needed the rest, and then I seized the opportunity. Thanks to the rain, intermittent rain, right. I got the chance to rest.
Lovely, lovely. Now, this morning you're here to speak of a very noble gesture or initiative in form of a fundraiser for the fire victims of Bolio. Give us a background of this.
Well, basically, Combined Northerners Sports Club as an organization, we do not only do sports and culture. We seize the opportunity to assist in our community. And as everyone would know, the Stephen family in Bolio, they have lost their house. I think it's about 8 of them. And so we decided that, hey, we were scheduled to host a hash, right? So along with this, we decided, hey, why not do a luncheon? So the entire day from 11 would go towards proceeds the fire victims. So go ahead.
So you're doing the hash and the luncheon on the same day?
Yes, so the luncheon is prior to the hash. We start at 11 with the luncheon, and the hash starts, registration is 3:30 and it begins promptly at 4.
Okay, all right. To the family, the Sylvester family, is it?
Stephen
family.
Yes.
How are they coping in the interim?
Well, I think they're in high spirits. They, I believe, have been receiving assistance from other community members, but of course, Northerners, we just wanted to ensure that we do our bit as it relates to assisting our community.
Okay. Now the specifics as it relates to the luncheon and the start of the hash. Where is the luncheon being held?
Well, everything is focused in the Spice Basket compound, right? So we would set up there. We also have pre-orders. So I would share the number a little later in terms of pre-orders, but we're hoping to have lunch ready by 11 so it doesn't infringe on the afternoon activity in terms of the hash. So after the luncheon, we do have a solid bar. We have the hash, and then there's a lot of socialization after in terms of raising more funds with the bar and other eats that will be on sale for the people who are coming in specifically for hash.
And the hash is from where, goes through where, and ends where?
Well, it's usually a hash is a trail that is being made. What I could say is that this afternoon we will complete it, but we're hoping to use parts of Boca, Melrose. People may not know the name Sucre, so we're going to connect with Sucre and then get back to Spice Basket, where we expect to fellowship.
Okay, well, like I said earlier, that's a very noble gesture, and I know the Stevens family will be most appreciative of that. Is it the first time Combined Northerners have come to the rescue of the community?
I would say no, because we do different things. While we are catering now for a fire victim, remember, just by being a club, it's like a rescue for young people and the community at large, because Combined Northerners, although we have a Bolio base, it encompasses players throughout the Northeast. That is the uniqueness of Combined Northerners. You may have about other clubs in the Northeast, but Combined Northerners can say that in every little area we have had and continue to have players and members from the Northeast.
Okay. And Combined Northerners, would you say it's primarily a football sports club, or a general community base?
Well, in recent times, our major focus was football. So, in organization, you have your highs and you have your low. So the football would have kept Northerners there. In the past, we have had netball teams, we have had Monday Night Mass Band, we have had Ramona Cruz, of course, in terms of raising funds. We have had cultural activities, and but now we are rebuilding in terms of football, and might I say we are in the process of registering our U19 team. I know we would miss the boat with the U15, unfortunately, and I think I can say that sometimes the association make it so tight, because I wish to say here that besides being in the club, we are regular daily workers, and when you have to gather information and to meet the expectation and deadlines, sometimes you have that limitation, and in this case with Northerners, the U15, I think we're suffering in that endeavor.
But hopefully for the next season you'll have that in place?
Yeah, we continue to go. As a matter of fact, we're not daunted by that, because we, in recent times, with the registration phases, we have included a lot of new players. Of course, we know, I want to give a plug for Boca. You know that Boca Secondary School have been the champions of intercall football, and why not, as a club within that area, benefit from the players in that area? And so Northerners, we have benefited greatly with some of the players who are part of the Boca outfit who are the champions of intercall football.
Now, whereas that's not the focal point of the conversation this morning, but when I catch on to a busy body like you, it's to make full use of it. Now, club structures in Grenada, we hear in recent times a lot of talk, especially from GFA and so forth, reinvigorating the club life in Grenada and so forth. How important, and I'm going to ask it from a Combined Northerners perspective, how important you think clubs can be in a community, in a village?
Well, it's not how important, no, it is extremely important. It gives the opportunity for members of the community at all facets. So you may have resource persons, elderly, and so forth. To bring everybody together in a club structure, it can only benefit and help the community. I always say being involved in group serve as a gas station, a filling station, to help persons who might be in need. Someone might be struggling with something. You're into a club structure, you come into a setting, you'll be able to identify, you'll be able to help. It helps with the socialization aspect, it helps with education, it helps in a lot of ways. But I know in recent times, clubs have been struggling with structures. I always say sometimes teams, especially with GFA, we say it's club, but sometimes I see it as a group of fellas going and play a football.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to club, you deal with spectators, you deal with supporters, you deal with the whole works. You can, River Road, Queens Park Rangers, you can, Paradise is a good example of what I consider a model of a club, because every area, every facet, you can see them there, and that is what we need. We need communities to walk along with clubs and to build that facet, so that the whole socialization, education, even spiritual aspect would benefit as individuals.
So in essence, you're saying that you're seeing the need for more efforts to be placed in revitalizing the club structure,
yes,
in cases where they are already existing, and in cases where they are not, start getting clubs in place. Because I remember as a little boy growing up, Moya, from where I'm from, there was the Grasshoppers football team up there, and even today you would find the players of those days who are still around, like Pax and Doc and they still Shaft and all this kind of people. They still have this sort of brotherhood, camaraderie sort of thing, and it is evident that aspect is dying in Grenada.
Oh yes, everybody is too busy. The issue of professionals, let's say retired individuals, they can contribute. You might be a retired accountant, you might be able to serve as a treasurer, you might be a retired teacher. I don't want to touch on careers, but I'm just saying that the need to come together as community, and there's so many things that can be done as club, not only for sport, panel discussion, health fairs, all of the works coming together can assist and help communities.
All right, so let's wrap now with your event, your very noble event, soliciting support for the Stevens family who lost their home, their dwellings in that dreadful fire in Bolio. So the hash and luncheon is on what date?
Right, so it's Saturday coming. I just want to stick to the script. So it's dub, luncheon, and hash, right? You have chicken, fish, and pork. All of the lunches, each one of them costs $20, so it's just a $20 contribution towards the lunch. The number 403-3913, you can do your pre-order. We also have delivery, but most importantly, we would like you to come out and socialize, because it's the Spice Basket area. Enough room, enough space for you to fellowship and have your lunch. And at 3:30, registration begins for the hash, and it's an exciting event for hash. And the hash begins at 4. It's about an hour and let's say 15 minutes trail, and then when you come back, you fellowship, and all in the name of raising funds for the Stevens family of Bolio.
Mr. Alexander, I want to congratulate you and your club, Combined Northerners, for this worthy initiative, and I do hope that the community comes out, and even you're not from the community, but you too can support such a noble gesture. Come on out. It's this Saturday. The luncheon starts at 11.
Yes.
You can pre-order. That number again?
403. Let me just get it. 403-3913.
403-3913. Call, make your order. It's $20, whether it's chicken, pork, or fish.
Yes.
$20 as a contribution. Even if you don't feel like eating it, you can purchase it and give it to someone else, or you can pay for it. Just contribute $20 and leave it.
Yes.
All right. All the best with your initiative.
Thank you.
I do hope all the success that can be had will be had.
Thank you very much, and thank you and to GBN for always supporting our initiatives.
That's what we're here for, bro. It's a community, we're with you anywhere and everywhere.
Yes.
All right, folks, I've been speaking with Mr. Glenn Alexander. He is the administrator of the Combined Northerners Sports Club, urging you to participate in this event coming up this Saturday. It's a luncheon, which starts at 11 and followed by a hash, which starts at 4, registration at 3:30. $20 for your contribution towards the luncheon, whether it's chicken, fish, or pork. Go on out and support. We take a break and then we come back and wrap up the conversation.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Monrouge Plainfield from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Hammer Bay, and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy, and Horizon Paper Towels, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monrouge Plainfield transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th. So don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
Grenada, the road to greatness continues. Catch the senior men's national team live at the Karani James Athletic Stadium for 2 thrilling football clashes. Saturday, May 31st, it's a fiery international friendly as Grenada takes on Anguilla, just $20 admission. Then on Wednesday, June 4th, it's our FIFA World Cup qualifier versus the Bahamas, $25 admission. Both matches kick off at 7 p.m. sharp. Come dressed, come loud, come proud. Style your national team, bring your posters, and show the world you are the 12th man. Let's pack the stadium, flood the stands, and roar together. Get your tickets now at the official GFA ticket outlets. Go to Fed.com or at the gate. Let's stand proud with Team Grenada. One island, one team, one goal.
Project Music presents Rhythms of Spice. Sunday, June 1st, 3 p.m., Comahan Park. Featuring student performances Alpha One, Cool Jazz Band, Co-op Band Comancheros, Lion Pride Percussions. Project Music with Tira Etienne, Shireen Brazan, Jeremy Hector, Javon Andrew, and Sonika McKee. With special guests, Hickson from St. Lucia. Get your tickets $60 on sale at Grenadian Optical, Art and Soul, Gittins Pharmacy, Grenville, and Go to Fed. More at the door. Children 12 and under free. Rhythms of Spice, Sunday, June 1st, 3 p.m., Comahan Park. Sponsors Co-op Bank, Renrick & Thompson, Hubbard's, Baron Foods, Inter-Caribbean, True Blueberry Resort, Acado Grenada, Gabriel's Rentals, Andrews Construction, Supreme Sounds, DJ Danny, GBN, Boss FM, and Real FM. Absolutely no vending.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. It's now 13 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We've got 13 minutes within which time we can have a brief conversation. Something might have happened over the weekend that you'd like to bring to the fore. This is your opportunity to do so. I want to say good morning to you, Sherry Ann Nichols, Agnes Dowden, Indra Maras. Good morning. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing this morning, man?
I am alive. I'm very thankful. Quiet.
Okay, all right. I just want to throw out something real quick. Now, the thing is, when you have access to certain information, you are able to say certain things and advise people accordingly, right? I know some people they see things through different lenses. But I am appealing to everyone listening at this time. If you're using Windows Defender as your main anti-malware solution on your computer, this thing is not working. It has not been working against the better information stealers out there. These are programs that are stealing everything from computers. And you're looking at big companies. You're looking at, listen, the number of cases I've dealt with since February of 2024, it is not funny, and it continues. So again, if you have a small business, a personal computer and Windows Defender is what you have on there, you have no protection against these things and them. Yes, it's better than nothing, but it is not working. It is not working. So again, word to the wise is sufficient. Innocent, I think my track record speaks for itself. I haven't called anything malicious that has not proven itself to be malicious. And I'm warning again, if you have Windows Defender and you're operating a business, you're not ready yet.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Okay, when Windows Defender is not defending anything, what could be substitutes? What alternatives?
It is defending, but it is not working against the better information stealers. So based on what I have seen since February, the programs that are able to take everything off your computer, Windows Defender is not working against it. So when the log files come in and I look at it, I'm seeing Windows Defender is the main protector on there, and it didn't protect against anything. It is better than nothing against more simpler attacks, but against these it is not working. It means you have to look at another solution. Now, I was using Kaspersky before the whole U.S. thing on the Russians, what have you. I've moved to Beat Defender, and it is doing an excellent job. And there are several others. I like recommending what I am using because I can say for certainty, hey, this is working against X, Y, and Z. But these things come at a cost. So it is a case where you now need to budget for your security. This is not 1995. This is not early 2000s. This is 2025. The entire landscape when it comes to cyber attacks and crimes, it has changed. And we can't stay in 1940 and believe, God is going to protect me and my computer on this. You need to invest in your protection. I'm saying if you have a small business, Innocent, and you have Windows Defender on there, you're not ready yet. And it's just a matter of time before somebody sues somebody for these information that is being leaked on the dark web because people and companies are doing stupidness.
Okay.
All right?
I like how you put it.
Is sufficient.
You couldn't have said it plainer than that.
And Innocent, before I go, I hope the companies operating within Grenada understand that the GDPR, that is the laws pertaining to the privacy and protection of information of citizens within the EU, that law reaches to Grenada, right? So if you are processing or handling information pertaining to EU citizens, brother man, I'm telling you, you need to do something better than Windows Defender and a lot of the rubbish that is happening. Okay. Man, and if that's what you have on your system, you need to revisit that as well. Be safe, yeah?
Okay. I defend the Windows Defender, man.
All right,
have a good one. So, folks, you heard it, right? And that was Mr. Jarvis Dabrio is the representative from CSERT, and he knows what he's talking about. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hi, Innocent. Good morning.
How you do, darling?
But a long time I hear you.
What happened to you?
There, some of them go early and get cancer. Then I come back, you don't gone already.
Oh my goodness.
I want you to give me a call to give you a remedy for the foot.
Okay, lovely.
Tomorrow is my birthday.
Where the party's at?
Oh God, but I don't find the thing that's so bright for party this last round now.
Okay.
No.
Well, enjoy your birthday tomorrow.
Yeah,
I will remember to give you a shout out.
Yeah, and I want to big up the Paradise football team. They win their first game Saturday night.
But was that a question? I mean, we know we're winning everything.
Yes, but I want to tell all those that play for Paradise and they're not there again, thank you very much. And I wish them all the best, and I wish they continue playing good football.
Yeah.
That's because they're not on Paradise team. I want to wish them all the best, continue playing good football to whatever team you want to play for, and we go still win.
Yeah.
We go still win because it's football.
Paradise football is a family thing.
Yeah, that's what we know.
Yeah, it's a
family
family
we know
thing.
football, so we go still win. But good luck to everybody. Thanks for the time all you spend with us, and just keep up the good work. Don't go and fail.
And happy birthday in advance, right?
Yes, but tomorrow is my birthday, and I want the world to know.
Yeah,
don't mind the eyes don't have it again, but the engine working good. The eyes in trouble, so the eyes don't have it.
Is 21 or 22 you're taking?
I'm 36.
36, okay.
Yeah, I turned it wrong.
Okay. Have a good day, darling. Love you as always.
Give me a private call.
I will, yes. Okay,
well,
bye-bye. Good, all right. Folks, it's 6 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Susan Douglas. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
All right, thank you. I have a little issue that it's been plaguing and going on for the longest while, and I would like to put it out to the general public and also to the government of Grenada, the Ministry of Health, Physical Planning, whichever one that is responsible. You know, it is unfair that we have institutions in Grenada, and I won't specify any one parish, because I believe if it happened in one, it probably happened in all. You go to a supermarket or a bank, and I use the word bank because it's not hard for them to do it. Sometimes, and let's say for the bank especially too, you will have to stand up in a line for such a long time. There is no washroom facilities for patrons. Even in the car park, they could install some, and it's a form of employment. Employ somebody in order to man it. But you go to a supermarket as well, and you spending $300-$500 at one time, and you go to them and you ask them for if you could use the washroom, and there is no washroom facilities available to the general public. Probably one or two supermarkets may have it, but I think generally speaking, that should be something up front, that when you go to a supermarket, especially, you have children, you have old people, or old people like me. After a while, at a certain age, it's hard for you to hold back. And when you go to a supermarket, they tell you point blank, we do not have that facility. I think the Ministry of Health, I think the government, I think physical planning, any one of these institutions that is responsible should make it mandatory that supermarkets and hotels provide some form of facility for the general public as well. If you go abroad, you can get it. So
well,
why can't we have it in Grenada?
I would like to chip in here, not just supermarkets and hotels, but any entity that is engaging with public people from the public, where we would have a number of people there at any given time. You should have washroom facilities. It should be mandatory.
Some bad or little cafeteria have it. So why these big entities? Why the government not making it mandatory for them? Because sure, a lot of people in authority knows it. Yeah. And it's bad and it's sad that little children, old people, as I said, like myself, I ain't afraid I'm getting old. I'm old already to a point.
You're aging. You're not old. You're aging.
Yeah. But on a serious note, this is something you should look into and make it mandatory that they have to have it. Definitely. For the general public.
I couldn't agree with you more.
I specify the bank and supermarket. I know there is other places, but you go in the bank, you stand up there for all an hour in a line. waiting to be served. And if you want to relieve yourself, you have no way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is totally unethical.
Right.
And it's wrong. And okay. I hope the general public listening and do something about it.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Have a good morning, bro. Have a good one. 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. That is our time. I am seeing a call coming in here via our WhatsApp platform. Let's accommodate this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Well, I just want to agree with this gentleman that called, because you can't even get toilet facilities by flow, especially flow, and you can't even get some water. I went there, I forgot my water, I was very thirsty. I asked the guy for some water. He said they don't even have water. You mean they don't have a tap in flow? He told me to go and get some water somewhere. So when I leave that line, when I come back, I'm not going to get my space. So flow is supposed to have water and it's supposed to have a toilet facilities, because a lot of old people go in there with stress from flow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. Yeah, that is a very serious. I mean, I think it should be mandatory. Let's go back to the telephone line here. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Innocent. Good morning, King Innocent. You know you're my king. You know people just want to jump on the back, but I exercise in my constitutional right to speak responsibly, and as long as I ain't betraying anybody. So,
lovely.
But I agree with the two callers in terms of they should be able to have place where people can relieve themselves. But I can only speak for the bank, because we are bankers. And I know for security reasons, because people have always talked to us about that when I used to work. So I guess it's the same thing. For security reasons, they wouldn't let the customers go into any toilet, because you never could tell. Maybe they might have a bomb there, or they might do something, So I just thought of calling to say that in the bank, in my days, they wouldn't do that due to security reasons, because even though they bring you downstairs, they can't come inside the toilet with you. But I think it should be looked at. I agree with all the people saying, but for the bank, for security reasons, they won't do that. But flow and the other places, try and do that. So, but I want to leave something with you. If you can carry one thing with you today, let it be this: you are brave, you are beautiful, you are strong, you are smart, and you are loved. May you sail on the seas of ambition and land on the shores of success. I want you to give me a call. I want to talk about something, huh?
Okay, lovely, will do.
Bye-bye.
All right, have a good one. It's 8 o'clock, folks, and that's it for the program this morning. Thank you very much for all those of you who contributed and participated to the program one way or the other. And if the good Lord spare your lives, we'll do it again tomorrow, same time, same place, same frequencies, channels, and platforms. I love you. Bye-bye.